Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Seneca. You want to know how to win when you have no strength left? How to push through when your body is tired, your mind is cluttered, your heart is heavy, and your spirit feels cracked. You want to know how to endure when you feel like collapsing? How to rise when everything inside you whispers that you've reached your limit? How to keep fighting when even breathing feels like effort? But here's the first truth. You do not win when you feel strong. You win when you feel broken and keep going anyway. Anyone can keep moving when the road is smooth, when the sun is shining, when their energy is high, when their motivation is fresh. Anyone can fight under perfect conditions, but life rarely offers perfect conditions. Life tests you at your lowest, not your highest. Life pushes hardest when you feel weakest. Life demands the most from you exactly when you feel like you have nothing left to give. This is not cruelty, this is training. The Stoics understood this deeply. Adversity does not break you, it exposes you. It reveals the parts of you that have never been strengthened, the parts you avoid, the parts you hide, the parts you have not yet trained to endure. You say, I have no strength left. But the truth is that your limit is not where you think it is. You don't know your limits, you only know your comfort zone. You have mistaken emotional fatigue for the end of your capacity. You have mistaken discouragement for impossibility. You have mistaken exhaustion for defeat. You think strength is the feeling of power, confidence, drive. But true strength is often quiet, shaky, uncomfortable. Strength is action taken in the absence of motivation. Strength is movement in the presence of fear. Strength is discipline when your mind screams for escape. Strength is refusing to give up even when every rational thought tells you to. You win not because you feel like a warrior, but because you behave like one. So why do you feel so weak, so paralyzed, so drained? Because you've been carrying a burden alone for too long. Because you expect yourself to be superhuman. Because life has been asking more from you than you have had the chance to recover from. Because pain has been accumulating silently. Because fatigue has been ignored too many times. Because you keep pushing without resting. Because the world sees your strength but never your breaking point. Because you don't let anyone help you. Because you don't give yourself permission to stop. The problem is not your weakness. It's the pressure you put on yourself to never be weak. Stoicism does not ask you to feel nothing. It asks you to remain steady inside your feelings. You are not failing because you are tired. You are failing because you believe tiredness means you must stop. But tiredness is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of effort. It is a sign that you are fighting. It is a sign that you care. It is a sign that you are alive. However, when you feel exhausted, the mind begins to lie to you. It tells you you're worthless. It tells you you're failing. It tells you you're falling behind. It tells you you're not strong enough. But this is not truth. It is the voice of overwhelm. Overwhelm is not weakness. Overwhelm is simply the signal that you need a strategy. So how do you win when you have no strength left? You shrink the battle. Your tired mind cannot hold the weight of a full war, but it can hold a single step. Not fix your life, not solve everything, not become your best self, just one small step. The Stoics taught that the mind collapses under vague, overwhelming goals. They said, ask only for the next action. When you are exhausted, the next action is victory, and then the next, and then the next. Small steps are not small, they are survival. Second, you must accept that strength does not feel like strength in the moment. Most of the time, strength feels like discomfort, like heaviness, like resistance, like pain, like moving through fog, like fighting with your own thoughts. Modern people expect strength to feel good, to feel empowering, motivating, exciting. But that is entertainment, not strength. Real strength feels like dragging yourself forward with trembling hands. Real strength feels like staying calm when your mind is shaking. Real strength feels like showing up on the days you don't want to. Real strength feels like continuing the walk even when your legs burn. Third, you must protect your attention. When you have no strength left, you cannot afford distractions. Every notification, every comparison, every unnecessary worry drains what little energy you have. Exhaustion makes your mind vulnerable. Vulnerable minds drown in noise. You need silence, you need simplicity, you need boundaries. You need to cut away everything that is not essential. When your energy is low, your priorities must be sharp. Fourth, you must allow rest. Not quitting, rest. The Stoics did not glorify endless effort. They glorified sustainable effort. Even Marcus Aurelius wrote about resting when he felt weak. Rest is not a break from the battle, it is part of the battle. A warrior who does not rest dies early. A mind that does not rest collapses under its own thoughts. You win when you recharge, not when you destroy yourself.
Fifth, you must rely on discipline instead of motivation. Motivation abandons you when you are tired. Discipline stays. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. When you feel weak, your emotions will betray you, but your discipline will save you. Discipline is the reminder that you don't need to feel strong to act strong. Sixth, you must return to your why. Exhaustion blinds you to purpose. Pain makes you forget direction. Fear disconnects you from meaning. But when you remember what you are fighting for, the future you want, the person you want to become, the life you are building, your strength returns, not as energy, but as commitment. Purpose produces a different kind of strength, the kind that stays even when your muscles and mind are done. Seventh, you must stop negotiating with yourself. Weakness grows when you entertain it. The more you argue with yourself, should I do this? Should I stop? Should I give up? The more your strength drains. Make decisions once, not each time. Follow through without debate. The Stoics believed that indecision is more exhausting than action. Eighth, you must face the truth. You have survived every moment you thought would break you. You have been here before, on the ground, exhausted, defeated, hopeless. And you rose. Maybe slowly, maybe painfully, maybe imperfectly, but you rose. This is not the first time life took something from you, and it won't be the last. But every time you rebuild, every time you adapt, every time you continue, that is your proof that you can endure even when you feel empty. Ninth, you must focus only on what is within your control. Tired minds try to carry everything, the future, the past, other people's expectations, imaginary scenarios, pressure that doesn't belong to you. Release what is not yours. Strength returns when the mind stops carrying what it cannot change. 10th, you must be honest with yourself. Sometimes the reason you feel weak is because you are avoiding something. A decision, a conversation, a confrontation, a truth. Avoidance drains more strength than action. Once you face what you fear, the exhaustion lifts. 11th, allow yourself to be supported. You don't have to carry everything alone. The Stoics valued self-reliance, yes, but they also valued community, friendship, support. There is strength in asking for help, not weakness. And finally, the deepest truth: victory does not belong to the strongest person. Victory belongs to the person who refuses to stop.
You win not because you feel powerful, but because you stay in the fight. You win because you push through the moment your mind says you can't. You win because you understand that weakness is temporary, but quitting is permanent. You win because even at your lowest, you still take one more step, and that step becomes momentum, and that momentum becomes resilience, and that resilience becomes victory. In the moment you decide that exhaustion will not make the decision for you, you discover something. Your strength is not gone. It is hidden behind the belief that you have none left. And when you act anyway, you uncover it. Inch by inch, step by step, breath by breath, until suddenly you realize that you have become someone who does not rely on strength, because you have mastered the art of moving even without it. That is how you win when you have no strength left. You choose persistence over emotion, effort over despair, and discipline over collapse. You rise not because you feel strong. You rise because you refuse to stay down.